Speaking of something else that's crazy, we're, as everybody knows, is that we don't here condone, we here at Califur do not condone drinking and driving. It's okay if you have your parties up in your room, but please, if you've had too much to drink, do not drive home, call a cab, get someone else to do the driving for you. Now, a lot of stuff has been made about drinking and driving and everything like that, but not a lot has been said about drinking and fishing. So our next act is a little public service announcement going that way. Because if you have too much to drink and you take your boat out on the water, something like this could happen to you.
Now me and Harold, this buddy of mine, decided that we'd go fishing one time. So we drove to the lake with my brand new bass boat. I brought the fishing poles, the pork and beans, the saltine crackers and the canned sardines, and Harold brought all the booze one man could go. While I loaded the boat and filled the tank and tried to get that motor to crank, Harold just sat there sipping on a long neck beer. While I was steering the boat and tying the plugs, he was drinking moonshine straight from the jug. He was singing Melancholy Baby when we left the pier. Ooh, never go fishing with a man who has been drinking, 'cause things just might not work out like you wish. Just leave that fool at home to drink. He just had fishing in the kitchen sink. Don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish. Well, I was concentrating, perfecting the cast, hoping to land a trophy bass, and Harold was having trouble trying to find the lake. Laying there beside him at his feet was an anchor line, coiled up real neat. Harold saw it, white as a ghost, and hollered, "Snake!" Well, he jumped straight up and began to yell. I said, "Sit down, Harold, and behave yourself. Can't you see that ain't nothing but a piece of rope?" But he was scared to death, plumb out of his mind, trying not to get bit by that anchor line, and he grabbed my shotgun, blew a hole in the bottom of the boat. Harold! Never go fishing with a man who has been drinking, 'cause things just might not work out like you wish. Just leave that fool at home to drink if you just had fishing. Don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish. Now, too drunk to fish is too drunk to swim, so I was the dog paddling and dragging him, and finally made it to a little sandbar just big enough for two. And it was way after dark when that helicopter came with that big searchlight calling our names, and Harold looked up the sky and said, "Morning, fat Jew!" And then he knelt there in that heavenly glow and said, "Lord, you know I ain't ready to go, so if you pass me by tonight, I will reform." And then they threw down. He never touched a drop of that from one off. You know, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Just leave that fool at home to drink. You can just have a fishing in the kitchen sink. Don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish. Don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish.
Once again, one more time for Yippee Coyote and Football 2K, folks. And I would love seeing those guys. That would got something going on. Yeah, well, that's right. You know, I never thought I'd see a real live redneck show take place on one of these stages. I mean, seriously, I even don't know why they show fishing on the ESPN these days, you know? I mean, anything, any activity in which you could be totally drunk off your ass and have your performance improve should not be considered a sport. Fishing should not be considered a sport. Golf is not a sport. Bowling is not a sport either. Poker is definitely not a sport. Don't even get me started on that. But anyway, there's rednecks like that we have overpopulated in this world. If you ever saw the movie Idiocracy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you might even see a little bit more references for our Califur 2011 because our theme for next year is going to be a post-apocalyptic theme. So anything disastrous that happens in the future, by all means, take it out, get an idea, use it. And if you have an act for that, we might even put you out on this stage if we're back next year. I really hope they do invite us back next year.